It was a 40+ degree day at 8 o'clock at night when this fire went through. It was like a wave of fire just coming across 360 degrees. It was burning on all the ridges around us. You know, we were totally surrounded. I'd never seen anything like it. The wind and the smoke and the flames, you could hardly see 2 foot in front of you. You couldn't breathe. You could hardly breathe. And that's the most scared I think I've ever been. The area of Buchan was initially impacted November 21, which is a good month and a half before the main event that impacted Buchan, of course. A couple of weeks before New Year's Eve, Victoria Police started to employ extra members to come and give me some assistance. It was the 28th of December that I first met Leading Senior Constable Andy Trace. He was my partner for the next good week and a half or so. This is the map the day before the fires of the impacted zone for the projected fire, and Buchan's just in the middle. It was a super hot day, 40 degrees at 10 o'clock. We could see there was a fire to our left, fire to the northwest, fire to our northeast, and there was another one to the east. So we basically had fire all around us. And it was just a matter of working out which one was going to hit us first.
Well, we knew it was coming. Everyone knew it was coming. I don't think everyone expected it to be what it was. It was a bit bigger than what we knew was coming. By 7 o'clock that night, there was a massive plume in the sky there where it started to rain down around us, and I don't think there was a place that you could look that wasn't on fire.
Yeah, and I think it was finally living through what you'd always imagined, and suddenly, oh my God, this is real.
We could see that there was fire flaming up on the hills where Ian and Gwen Strobridge live. And the fire was impacting along the ridgeline there, and Ian and Gwen's house can be seen from here. The shed's still standing, the green shed. I just said to Andy, Stroh's are up there, do you want to go for a drive? It's about a 2-minute drive from where we were parked. Come around the corner and I saw Stroh's Holden parked in the front, and I said to Andy, they're still in there. They're both over 80 and they're inside that house. And as we drove and parked in the driveway, the house was starting to be engulfed by fire. It was looking under the carport.
It was coming down there and coming across, coming both ways actually. Very frightening.
Very frightening, very angry fire. Nothing would have stopped it. It was just, I've never felt anything like it. I don't want to ever feel like that again.
Andy made it inside the house. I finally got to the house edge. I couldn't see anyone, but I could at least give them instructions and let them know what's going on. And then Ian Strobridge finally ran towards me, and I secured Ian, but Andy was still in that house in the darkness because the power had gone out and he's in total darkness as about. But yeah, we got them out, chucked them in their car, and we knew that the road was safe for them to drive back to Buchan. 50 metres down the road on the other side, there was another property with an elderly couple that we went and checked on. And then as we came out, we stopped at Ian and Gwen's, and their house was fully engulfed.
So that's how close we were.
Very close.
We just thank those two that we're alive, that we can celebrate our 60th wedding anniversary in 2 years old. There was no way known we would have been out in time.
No.
Because it was only a matter of
Few
a minute,
minutes,
2 minutes.
No, only for the police.
Only for the police, we just wouldn't be here. It was just.
That's the way I look at it.
And then we got a call to go to a local farmer's place, didn't we? So we decided to go out of town again. We drove down into the valley, and then there's trees on either side, and it's only a single width dirt road. So all those trees were on fire, and it was just like hell. It was burning trees, and I'm thinking if a tree falls behind us or in front of us, we're trapped. Could hardly see, but when we finally got to Craig's place, it was just red and black and smoky. Couldn't see hardly 2 foot in front of you. Andy ran off towards Craig to make sure he was okay. I was with the wife, and I was genuinely scared. That's the most scared I've been, I think, where the smoke was just engulfed. It just one of those things that you never wish upon your worst enemy, to be stuck like that. And it makes me feel about how my friend Mick Roberts passed. He was stuck in the middle of a similar fire. It was the same road, so whatever happened at Craig's happened at Mick's earlier. And it's just horrible to think that someone has to go through that. I mean, one didn't survive, but 2 did survive that day, which was unreal. Hey guys! Buchan, Chiraway. So I've been the station commander of Buchan since 2002. That's 18 years. And in one manner, you know all the people. On the night of the fire, knowing where my locals live, knowing demographic of the household, whether it be elderly, children, disabled, knowing who was in each house, played an integral part to how Andy and I policed on the night. It allowed me to make split decisions and decisions that would save time, and you save time, you save lives, and that's what happened on the night. He knows what cars they drive, he knows their habits, he knows where they go on the weekends. His knowledge bank is priceless in a situation where you need to be able to account for people.
Ray has a lot of empathy. He knows everyone. When you've got the local policemen, they've got to become a natural leader in town. We had some people go to water after it, and Ray was magnificent. You know, like, it's not about the other police work they do then. Do you know what I mean? It's a different type of police work. Poor old Andy was after that night was stuck here. Like he wasn't getting out for a week. So we had no power, we had no phones, we had no water. We had nothing really for quite a few days. So
I don't think people understand the amount of work it takes to get the town back up and running. The local community and how they pulled together, Marg and her husband Bricky, they fed CFA, DELP, police, paramedics, anybody that needed a feed got a feed.
And it was hilarious. We had no power, no lights, no ovens.
The girls were cooking under headlamps that night,
Yeah,
so it was
crazy.
while that was going on, the backyard behind the pub here was on fire. Everything was on fire, so it was
It's hectic.
yeah, it was bedlam.
This is the first time I've done a country deployment to help out in their projected fire season. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I formed some really close bonds with the community. Hi Gwen! Hi. How are you? So I first met Andy at a roadblock, and we'd never met before. We just gelled and we sort of knew what we were doing even before we did it. We've both done over 30 years each, but it was just that, I guess that old school policing come to a fore, and he made a really good rapport with people straight away, and he was a wonderful asset to have for me. But he could also detach because he didn't know them personally like I do, and he could see me. One stage I was starting to tear up and I was shaking at times, and he says, "I've got this," and I just went away, and Andy would take over. If I had anybody else, I don't think it would have been so smooth.
The community as a whole has been very supportive to each other, been excellent, you know, and it's the likes of Ray and Andy responsible for a lot of that, because it was what got sort of set up right at the start that has continued on. There's been other people that have been involved in that. Don't worry, it wasn't just Ray and Andy. People that got down at the rec ground there. What had to be set up there in a big hurry was just amazing. The rapid relief team, which came in from Bairnsdale, and you don't realise what it's like to just go and get a good cup of coffee.
But since the fires, you couldn't get enough people around. They were handing out clothes and this shirt doesn't belong to me. Or it does now.
Oh, look, the clothes. I got some
Clothes
beautiful
and
clothes.
blankets and you name it.
On the days of the fires, everything was left black, and the green that you're seeing, that was all black and brown. There was no green around anywhere. So we call it fire-affected green. It turns the black dirt, because everything just grows. As you can see around here, you'd think, where's the fires? We're starting to get back on our feet. You know, it's affected a lot of people. I know it's affected me and my wife, and I know a lot of people in town has been affected. So there's different scars, different mental scars. It'll take a long time to heal, long time to heal for a lot of people.
Yeah, any time I wake up through the night and I just shudder, I think, gee, you know, it could have been just a speck of dust.
It's taken me quite a few months. I'd wake up through the night and I'll be thinking about this and thinking about that. It's only the last few months I'm having a proper night's sleep.
Yeah.
It's taken a long time.
We lost 24 houses in Buchan on that day, in and around Buchan. I think Buchan is very resilient. We've been through bushfires before. Everyone's got the chin up, and the houses will be rebuilt, and we will move on, and we'll all get better. Still come and visit us, you know. I mean, we've been impacted by the fires, but please come back to the country, come and support us, and you'll come and see how beautiful it is.